While many of us know that Smekens Education has a lot on their website regarding the 6 traits, everything from what are they to how to introduce them to your students and lots of lesson ideas, here's a question that Jody Tate posed. She's a learning specialist at a primary school in Australia. And she said, okay, we've introduced the traits, but where do we go next? How do we choose our lessons? What should we do now? And so, Jody, what a great question. And so I have an answer, and it is going to be, you're going to do lessons. You're going to now teach the little skills under each of the traits. But I get it. You want to feel like there's a little game plan going on. And when do we do units? So let me hop on our website, show you a few things, and show you some PDFs that I think will help answer that question. At SmekensEducation.com, you can then just search in the search bar. You can search for this particular article. And this article just talks about, all right, so after you've introduced the traits, launched your procedures, and the year is up and running, now you teach your writing units, whether it's a personal narrative unit, whether it's a compare contrast unit, a how-to writing unit, or primary, a drawing unit, a labeling unit. You start to teach your units. This article will walk you through 2 different ways to organize the units, whether it is in what I call mother load, like 6 9-week units, or mini units, more like 1 to 3 units. But every unit, you then teach skills. So which skills go with which units, and how do the traits fit into this? Okay, so I'm attaching, Jody, to this reply. I'm going to give you 2 resources. Here's the first one. I have taken the 6 traits and thought about the little subskills for each trait per unit. And so as I zoom in on this example here, you'll see that this is persuasive or argumentative. So for your 3rd, 4th, 6th, 8th grade teachers, if you're going to work on the trait of ideas in persuasive argumentative, it might be some of these lesson skills or organization or voice. Now, you don't have to teach all 6 traits in every unit, but I'm just pointing out these are skills per trait that would be an obvious fit. Then for informative, it's still the 6 traits, but the skills are different. And I also gave you a narrative. Now, you're at a primary school, and so your primary teachers who've introduced the 6 traits to students via pictures and labels, this is going to scare them. So I'm going to give you a second attachment, Jody, and this one is for our primary. How do the 6 trait skills fit into the different stages of writing? And so again, as I zoom in here, this is pictorial writing where you have voice and pictures. You can teach these skills, or lots of details and ideas, right, in the picture, but you have no conventions in a picture. There are no letters. There is no punctuation. But once we hit labeling, here come possible conventions. I haven't thought of everything for the modes, genres, or stages of writing, but I think this will really be a great first next step. Once you know your skills that you want to target in each unit, then you just need to figure out what lessons will best support those.